Hello, welcome to the fifth part of my series on how I develop my military faction and build a military base in RimWorld. If you haven't seen the previous episodes, I highly recommend watching them and then continue watching this series. You're watching the Johny Play channel, and here we go. We're almost done cleaning up our kill box from the aftermath of the carnage at the end of last episode. In general, my defense shows itself only from the best sides, but it will still need to prove its final fighting ability in the next raids. A cluster of mechanoids landed near our base, which consisted of a device that kills all the plants around it and mechanoid guards who were supposed to protect this device. I had many options on how to take it down. I could do a solo sortie with my sniper, or a sortie with our whole group of colonists, or take a sniper plus a heavy machine gun to take out this cluster. But in the end, everything happened much easier. We shot the device with a mortar, after which all the mechanoids guarding it began the assault of our base. In general, I can say that the defense capability of my base shows itself only from the best sides, because we did not have even the smallest problems with shooting steel machines for murder. One by one the mechs were destroyed by a hail of bullets from my colonists, turrets, and heavy machine gun. One of my colonists got pregnant. This is great news, and I decided that we should give birth to a child, because this child will become the motivation and pillar on which all the will to live of our colonists and, of course, the parents of this child, who are formerly the leaders of our faction, will be supported. We have a task to destroy a huge pack of lynx. I decided to take this task because as a reward we were promised a nice body armor for one of our colonists. When I saw the number of attackers, I even started to get a little nervous, but in general I was more than confident in the defense capability of our base. And my premonition did not betray me. The efforts of our colonists, more than 20 aggressive lynxes, were destroyed by a hail of our bullets, and some of them were even suitable for cooking. I decided to give the armor that we received for completing this task to the actual leader of our faction. I really hope that in the future all our fighters will be dressed in something similar. I wanted to gradually expand our base and build another room for our colonists. This time it should be a room for entertainment, which in the future we may either convert to something else or divide it into several parts, perhaps for a hospital or a workshop. Meanwhile, one of my colonists, whom we sent to the Empire to work in the last series, returned home and can now do household chores again, because as we remember, she is basically incapable of anything else except cleaning and carrying. And by the way, the new room is almost finished, just a few finishing touches have to be added. I researched the construction of stationary automatic mortars that can fire in bursts and through walls. I think it would be a very great tactical decision to build at least one of these. This will be a great help in case of a serious and strong raid. I immediately tested it by shooting at the wild mufalo that roamed behind our walls, and in general I realized that it would be very useful against large concentrations of the enemy. If it will not be able to kill effectively, at least it will inflict very large wounds and reduce the morale of the enemy. It is worth noting that in the new room I immediately put a table for billiards and poker so that my colonists could use their free time. I decided to seriously rearm my colonists, and the first thing I did was craft a grenade launcher for one of my best shooters. After that I started crafting a machine gun, 2 assault rifles, and a sniper rifle. I think that this will very well increase the combat readiness of our fighters. I have researched the high precision machine and can now build it. So far, the maximum that it allows me to do is to make components from steel, but in the future, with the help of this machine, I will be able to craft the combat armor of the future, which will give my colonists maximum protection. Therefore, I decided that it was time to replenish our steel reserves a little and set my colonists to extract this, or, of course I will not extract all the steel at once, but at least a couple of additional 100 units of steel will not interfere with us. Another cluster of mechanoids. This time we also will need to destroy the mechanoid device that destroys the plants, and also this entire cluster protects by turret, 2 mechanoids, and a capsule with an unknown number of mechanoids inside. I could blow it all up with my heavy mortar, or an automatic stationary mortar firing in bursts, but it turned out to be much more difficult. The entire cluster is under the protection of a dome that simply will not allow my shells and bullets to hit enemy targets. Therefore, in the end, I decided to take up arms and bring my fighters as close as possible to the cluster. The plan was simple. Our main problem is the turret, and so that it does not injure my colonists, it is necessary either to destroy it before it destroys us, or to outwit and fire from a position where it simply does not see us. For this I used our grenade launcher. With a shot, I woke up all the mechanoids who immediately decided to defend their territory and attacked us. My colonists were able to destroy the enemy without any problems or injuries. Now mechanoids are no longer such a terrible force as I thought they were just one series ago. When the defending mechs were destroyed, I started firing at the cluster from around the corner so that the turret could not deal any damage to my colonists. Little by little I destroyed all the enemy buildings, and in the end I finished the turret itself. Of course, I could approach from the other side and first destroy the turret and then the buildings without any problems, but at that moment I was thinking only about what a tactical genius I am and how well I know how to use a grenade launcher. Therefore, I stretched this moment as long as possible. Then 2 stray llamas entered our map, which had quite good resources. Of course, I couldn't resist the temptation to kill them and take the resources for myself. For this, I used a sniper pair of our colonists, who were, moreover, a real pair. These are the same man and woman who are waiting for a child who will become the spark that will burn in the hearts of all our colonists. I think this is the end of this series. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Also watch other videos on my channel. Johny was with you. Goodbye.